Hey, good morning, everybody. We're back at it again. We got the word, we got our coffee. So let's dive into the word. We're still following the words of Jesus, going through Matthew. For this reason, I say to you, do not be worried about your life as to what you will eat or what you will drink, nor for your body as to what you will put on. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, that they do not sow, nor reap, nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not worth much more than they? And who of you, by being worried, can add a single hour to your life? And why are you worried about clothing? Observe how the lilies of the field grow. They do not toil, nor do they spin. Yet I say to you that not even Solomon in all his glory clothed himself like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today, and tomorrow is thrown into the furnace, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? Do not worry then, saying, what will we eat? Or what will we drink? Or what will we wear for clothing? For the Gentiles eagerly seek all of these things, for your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will care for itself. Each day has enough trouble for its own. And there is so much unpacking here. First thing to start off with is to realize that this is coming off of the last passage where we talked about God telling us, or Jesus telling us, that we can't serve God and money, that we have to love one or the other. And this starts off with, for this reason, because you can only serve God or serve money, I tell you, don't be worried about your life. Because this passage tells us about how God will care for us. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't go out and we don't sow our fields, we don't work for our money. It just means that we instead focus on God. Like it says down in verse 33, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. In other words, don't get so caught up in your work and trying to make the money that you lose focus on the kingdom. Because at the end of the day, God will take care of making sure you've got what you need. Doesn't mean you'll live in a palace down here because you've got a mansion up there. Doesn't mean that you're going to wear the biggest brand name because, let's face it, that stuff's not comfortable anyways. Better to wear a t-shirt and some jeans. Promise you it's better. The Bible does tell us throughout, the thief should not steal. He should work with his hands. The sluggard sits back and kicks up his feet and says, tomorrow I'll do it. But the other important part to take out of this passage is where it says, don't worry. God's got us. As a counselor, I can tell you that anxiety is one of the worst things that happens to people. Being anxious, being worried. And it's not people choose it. Nobody chooses to be anxious. Nobody chooses to have an anxiety disorder. It happens. And it's not something you can walk up to somebody and say, hey, have you tried not worrying? Because that always works. It takes a long journey to get back to where we understand that Jesus promises to take care of us in all these things, and that some of the things we worry about just aren't as important. So I'll encourage you with that today. 1, keep your focus on the kingdom. And 2, Don't try not to be as anxious. Do a little bit today. Turn it over to Jesus, little bit by little bit. All right, I'm going to leave you with that today. Give me your feedback in the comments. What do you think about it? I often say that there's a difference between worry and anxiety. Worry causes us to make a plan. Anxiety causes us to doubt the plan. Worry will bring us to Jesus in prayer, and we can turn it over to Him there. Anxiety makes us doubt. So keep that thought. Get on out there. Get back at it. Take your coffee with you. Have a good one today, friends. Stay safe. Stay free.